Turn up the mics.
Hi guys. How many we got in here so far? We got 5. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Here to celebrate Merle's big day. Hey Fred, two-seaters, great to see you guys. Glad you could join us. We're here to help celebrate Merle's big 500 appreciations to the subscribers that he has.
Hi guys.
I think that is awesome.
Hello. How many we got in here so far? Hello, Darcy and Dave.
I seen that and I figured I better do something because that's a big milestone for YouTube there. 500 subscribers, that's pretty cool. And since I've been so busy, been trying to get everything taken care of.
Yeah, Mark's been doing 10, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't blame him for not being out there too much.
Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy thing. What's going on?
Now me on the other hand, I'm working about 3 hours a day, cutting wood. Come back in, turn the computer on, and see what kind of newsy stuff I can find.
Newsy stuff, he says.
Yeah, I've been newsy lately.
Well, I did hear the other day, which was pretty interesting, that the stocks were dropping bad. So I'm like, well, what's going on here? And then they come to find out that some electronics in China doing some naughty things, and it was making the stock market go up and down and crazy. So
yeah, you're liable to hear anything about that stock market, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm probably better off not having enough money to put in there, so.
Well, you never know.
I think you're better off with food and bullets anyway.
So thanks for joining us there, Fred, and two-seaters, and it shows we have 4 in the room. Merle's one of them.
Yep.
So we'll just wait a little bit here for people to come in. It's been a long time since I've been on YouTube. Merle's keeping me pretty busy. UN crashed it on purpose to make Trump look bad. That's very true. That very, very good, very, very good possibility.
Yeah, and I something else kind of upset me a little bit. It was yesterday I started kind of finding out what was going on. I used to watch the Drudge Report. It was one of the first things I did when I had my coffee of a morning, and I got to looking at some of the links that he was putting up there, and it was not in favor of Trump even a little bit. So I got to looking around, and I found out that all of a sudden he just decided he didn't like Trump anymore, and he used to be really, really pro-Trump. So
well, with all that stuff that's going on too, you know, you got all that stuff that's going on, and the warrants and people that are getting under indictment charges and going underneath the courts, and you know, a bunch of liars. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you got to take into consideration that some pressure may have been brought to bear on Matt Drudge too. So, you know, you don't know.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I'm looking around for other sources of headlines.
The warrants and people that are. So let's share this thing. Keep talking, Merle. I'm just doing stuff in the background.
Yeah, I don't know. I really, really depended a lot on that Drudge Report for good headlines and what have you, and I'm going to miss it a lot. Emergency vehicles, we're glad to have you. It's been a while. Gee, I don't know how many weeks it's been since Mark and I were in here on Saturday.
A long time.
But we are happy to see you, and hopefully we'll fill this room up here in a few minutes. And I know a lot of people are not thinking about us being here tonight, so if we have a slow crowd or the room doesn't get filled up, that's okay. But I told Mark he's going to have, he had to come in here and do something before he forgot how.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to do anything because of work.
I don't know what he's going to do with all that money. Yeah, I guess he have to send up some of it over here. I was thinking about buying a new truck. Thank you, Darcy. Yeah, I wasn't even really paying a lot of attention to it, honestly. I did notice, though, that it got stuck at 496 or something like that for the longest time, it seemed like. And then one day it just jumped over to 501, so Lord only knows where it'll go from here. Could go backwards if we're not careful. I hope, Darcy, are you guys going to be in any of that bad weather? I couldn't tell. And I'm thinking that bad weather's coming today, maybe? I'm not sure. But if I got it right, there was supposed to be like freezing rain clear down to Mississippi, and then it was going to move east. So,
guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up too. Hey, look at that! I already got a thumbs down. Somebody's happy to see me.
Already got a thumbs down. Well, I noticed that, but that's good.
That's happy to see me.
That shows that people are watching.
Yep. They'll figure it out sooner or later. That doesn't bother me at all.
I hope everything is all right in Alabama, and we did get your seeds, and I sent you guys an email, so we were really, really glad to see that stuff. And it seemed to me like all that I said anything about was the dipper gourd seeds, but there was, I think, some what the heck was it? Seemed like some okra in there, some different okra that my daughter and my wife just about went nuts over. I was surprised they're not trying to plant it already.
Emergency vehicles, that's awesome. 9 away from 1660. That's another milestone too. That is great.
And he has a good channel too, though, so it's not hard to get people to come in and watch that stuff.
Yeah, that is cool. So yeah, we're here tonight, guys, to celebrate Merle's big 500 on his channel, and a big appreciation to all his subscribers out there, because you're the ones that make it happen. And it's a big appreciation to you guys too.
We do appreciate all of them.
Yep, emergency thumbs down still count as a view. You got it right. It don't matter to me.
Yeah, I noticed I had thumbs down on about 3 in a row the other day, and then they went away, so I don't know. You just never know what people are going to do. But, well, I'll tell you what, these cups sure look big on TV, don't they?
It's a big coffee cup you got, Merle.
I think it's about a quart, though. Oh, well.
So how has everybody been out there? You guys been staying safe? We've got snow now. It's like, I think, 20 degrees out. So
let me tell you, it was cold here this morning. It was like, I want to say it was about 21 or 2, and maybe a 20-mile-an-hour wind. And I got up this morning and I said, I don't think we're going to cut wood today. But
so I don't.
By about 11 o'clock, it got a lot nicer, and we went ahead and did our thing.
I don't know if Merle got it out, guys, but there was a video that I sent to him. If you guys see that pop up there,
yeah,
on his channel, go check that out. It's talking about gold and silver. It's just interesting. Some things we both don't agree with, but it was interesting what the guy had to say as a comment. So it's a good one to go check out.
Yeah, and if you get a chance, take a look at that. We will maybe get together and discuss it.
Yeah, Fred, that happens. YouTube has a what they call a cleanse, and they go through and unsub a lot of channels. I'm sure because I haven't been doing a lot of stuff here, I've probably been unsubbed from quite a few. All you got to do is go back, watch a show, click the little bell, and it should all be back to normal. It's just hard trying to find out which ones you lost. That's the hard thing. But that's how it works. YouTube is that way. So now that you got the big 500, Merle, what's your next goal?
Well, next goal, 600, I guess. I believe it or not, I honestly don't pay that much attention to those numbers. I just do what I can when I can, and try to enjoy the whole thing. And Darcy, it was the climbing okra that they went crazy about. I don't think we've ever grown that before, and we're just okra people. That's all there is to it. You got to have greens and beans and okra, you know.
Practical Modern Homestead, welcome to the live stream here, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I've seen that name before, and I don't know if it's your first time here or not, but I'm going to make sure that we are subscribed to you. And I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah.
I am now, and I clicked the bell, so you got a new subscriber there, Practical.
Yep. And we appreciate you showing up too. Yep. For our little talk here.
It's gonna be a little bit different this time, guys. I'm just saying hi to everybody. Hey, there's Locked and Loaded.
Welcome, Justin.
He says congratulations.
He'll be back in a few.
So I just had to pop on here because of the fact that Merle has finally hit the 500 mark.
Woo!
And it's a big
Yay, Merle!
It's a big accomplishment.
Hey.
And it's the first part of the milestone, so I just wanted to get everybody together and congratulate them, bring us together, because I've been gone for probably a couple months already. Haven't been on.
I think I got the right link here. Hope so, anyway. You guys get a chance to take a look at that, and the next time we get together, we'll talk about it. It's something interesting, really. Got a little something to do with Mark Dice, and he's always kind of neat, I think.
Yeah, Practical. Usually I've been working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, so I used to be on every Saturday, and then work got involved, but this one we figured that we were going to get on here for something different.
You didn't have to work today, is that right?
No, actually I said I'm playing hooky today. I told him I wasn't coming in. I worked hard enough, I think I could pay for a day off.
Yeah, I think that'll work out. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So I get to spend some time with Hunter, do some things with him. I had a bunch of stuff to get out of, a couple snow drifts that I had to get out of the yard. It's pretty sad when you got to use four-wheel drive to get in your driveway.
Yeah, no kidding.
No time to do anything.
And Modern Homestead, you should be able to pick up a few in here if this is your first. Especially if we can make sure that everybody gets notified that we are on. We used to have several, but when you don't, if you're not regular with your live streams, people tend to forget about you.
Did you see a notification go out, Merle?
I don't know if I got one or not, because I was yeah, I did too. I did get one.
All right.
Yeah. I sure did. And, I want to say that YouTube is getting better about the notifications, too. I hope everybody else agrees with that.
Hey,
Jewish Redneck Peppers.
How's it going?
Howdy back to you. And we're happy you're here today. I guess we're talking about my 500 subscriptions. We're just glad to have everybody that has subscribed to my channel, and I appreciate Mark bringing us up today, and the congratulations is appreciated.
Hey guys, if there's a new person in the room, Practical Modern Homesteading, go check out their channel. They're new to the chat and new to the channel, so I will definitely be going over there in my spare time and checking them out and watching some of their videos. Practical Modern Homesteading, there's a lot of good people that'll be in here and in here now.
And they've got 825 subscribers and going for 1,000.
There we go. Homesteading is always going to be a little close to home for all of us because it's all a part of our lives every single day. So any kind of homesteading channel there is, and prepping and anything like that, I'm 100% behind it.
Yeah, me too. It looks like I picked up another new one here, Harold Gagnon. So, welcome. If you're sitting out there just eavesdropping, come on in.
Yeah, I hear there's a lot of things going on there, and in the world and stuff like that. There's a few things that I've been working on. Honey and turmeric is a very, very strong antibiotic and anti-inflammatory and a bunch of other stuff. So by mixing the two, you get a very, very potent salve kind of rub. So I've been doing a lot of reading and checking that out. And then there's a few other things that I've been working on too, just throughout to see what's going on in my spare time. But I do like
Mrs.
that
D
honey.
got.
Huh?
Sorry about that. Two Cedars got a notification, so maybe they're doing better. Go ahead, Mark.
I really do like the way that honey and turmeric work together. So if you guys haven't known or seen, we have a Great Dane Pit Bull mix. He's a pup and he's already over 100 pounds. And he had happy tail, so we had the vet dock his tail because it was just pretty much a bloody nub, and our house looked like a war zone from him hitting the tail on the wall and everything. There was the vet is actually the one that has subscribed the honey on the tail to help pull infection out of there. And then just the fact of the turmeric, I know is so healthy, I added the two together. And then come to find out, you know, YouTube don't lie. Go check it out on YouTube, and sure enough, there's a bunch of videos out there on honey and turmeric. So
Yeah, I think Sybil was in here the other day. Not sure if it was turmeric or not, but she had a honey spell potion that was pretty good, she thought. And oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. It's on somebody's live stream, but I'll go back and find them because you'll want to see those, Mark.
yeah,
Maybe she'll be in here.
they're really good. I'm hoping the way it looks here that they said that after the first of the year, I should start to see some kind of slowdown. That would be really nice. I get back to my normal life. But you never know. That's how work is.
I don't know. I'll be a little surprised if they actually slow down. There's a lot going on, and I just have a funny feeling that the government contracts for your place are not going to slow down
I don't think
in
so
the near
either.
future.
There's Fred, turmeric is excellent even for cancer. There's another one that we just recently found out, and it is through essential oils. And back in the day, the people that would be grave robbers, they would put these essential oils on like a scarf and then breathe through it, and it goes back all the way to the Europe and the Pharisees and everywhere else. So it goes back even at the Bible time for this kind of a concoction. And one of our boys got sick, and we put that concoction in a dispenser and put it in his room, and the next day he was actually feeling better. And we've had pneumonia going through the house here for a while, so it was a good outcome. I'm happy with what happened with it.
If I'm not mistaken, though, my wife is not able to use turmeric because of her blood pressure.
Yeah, it does affect that. It can, yep.
Yeah, so
that concoction that I was talking about is called thieves oil. I just remembered it.
Thieves oil.
Thieve, like you're thieving something.
Thieves oil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's funny that they would have named it that. I wonder what you probably had to steal the makings for it back then.
It got the name for that is because people that were grave robbing, and back when the bubonic plague and all this other stuff was going on, they were robbing from these houses. They would put this on their scarf so that they wouldn't get the sickness. So that's how it's got its name, thieves oil. So yeah, pack 4 thieves. It's kind of neat how that all came about, and it goes way, way back too. The farther you research it, the farther it goes back. So it's been around a long time.
Well, it sounds like it works. That I know your wife had a bit of a cold or something working on her there for a few days, and
yeah, she was sick for a couple weeks, and then it turned into what the hospital said was they were treating her for pneumonia. So, and she's still coughing and hacking. So,
well, I hate that. We've been really lucky around here. My son was sick from some kind of a sinus thing last week, but other than that, I think everybody's been good. My wife and I, we go out almost every day anymore, unless it's raining or we've got too much snow on the ground. We actually cut wood for about 3 to 4 hours, and I feel like that exercise and that fresh air is as good as medicine, if not better.
So how much is too much snow on the ground?
Oh, I don't know. 6 inches would be more than I'd want to wade through to cut wood, but you know, whatever you can do to get out there. You know, I was the guy that bought the walk behind mower just so I could get plenty of exercise. Maybe I might just go overboard just a little bit, but I don't know. Your body will tell you when you've had too much.
Yeah, I was outside today, and I could tell I'm out of exercise because pushing the snowblower through 2-foot drifts that I've been driving on. It was quite. I came in a few times soaking wet.
2-foot drifts. Wow. I'm not looking forward to anything like that right now.
Well, the thing of it is around here, because we're being in the fields and stuff. Raphael Scrapper. One for me, guys. How's it going?
Welcome.
Around here, everything is so open that you could get 2 inches of snow, and the drifts are just phenomenal. The winds pick up through here, and it just seems like it drops it right by the garage and right by the shop and in the driveway. So, once again, guys, there's a couple new people in here. I gotta check to see if I got Raphael here.
I don't think I do, and I need to check on that as well. Well, I've been watching that Grand Solar Minimum thing, and that's not just hype either. That is something that you probably ought to be somewhat concerned about.
So he's a scraper, and he's got a hobbyist channel. He's got 1,078 subscribers. and does most of my vids are about scraping, but I had a lot of hobbies. So from time to time, I spot a cooking vid, exploring vid, and more of the times look at playlists and having fun. So guys, go check out Raphael Scraper, another new person to the chat, and I do have him on my. I am subscribed to him.
Well, I wasn't, but I am now. And the Silver Test, I will watch that one for sure.
I'm a farm from Wausau.
That kind of.
Well, hello there.
We're getting all kinds of new people in here this evening, and we like that too. Now, I don't think Ty Speaks is. I don't think I got him, but I'm gonna have. Anyways, that grand solar minimum, it is something to give some thought to. It really is, because this is something that happened in history, and it goes through cycles. So the next cycle is supposed to be next winter of 19 and 20. But that's not to say that we couldn't have an extended winter this time around. So that's why the wife and I are out cutting wood. We generally go through about 12 ricks maybe, but I kind of wanted to, I don't know, just cut till we get tired of cutting. And I don't think you can have too much. And you do have a new subscriber, Ty.
Yeah, I've been a subscriber of Ty's for a while. So.
Ooh, I like this. Yeah, looks good too.
Go check him out. So Perma Farm, if you're new to our channel here, we do a lot of talking about homesteading, chickens. I talk a lot in depth about back to Eden garden method, because we just started that last year, which was phenomenal. The plants were overabundant. So.
Yeah, you were definitely blessed with a fine garden last year, as were we. You know, I actually didn't talk to too many people that didn't have an extra good garden last year, so there could be a reason for that.
That's okay, Raphael. Sometimes my spelling on here, typing my words I think and what I type are two different things. So.
Yeah, I don't even worry about spelling on the chat. You'll find that out.
Yeah.
As long as we can figure out what it is, that's all that counts.
So I did when I did my thing this afternoon. Sandy K came on there, and she is back out of the hospital again, which is a good thing for the second time.
Yes, it is. I was glad to hear that. It was either last night or night before. Prim Farm, welcome to you too. And they got chickens in a garden. Well, there's nothing wrong with that for sure.
No.
We don't have chickens right now, and eggs are so cheap, and we don't really eat that much chicken. So I don't know what we're going to do. But we've got a big greenhouse that we got to get put up. It's 15 by 70, and that's a lot of greenhouse. So I hope we don't need all that much, but we'll see.
That's almost the size of that one plot of mine, because that's 32 by 70.
Yeah, I don't think I'm subscribed to Prim Farm.
They have one subscriber.
Well, they got two now.
Prim Farm, you stick it here, you might end up with 10, 12.
No kidding.
You never know.
It's a good place to pick up subscribers. We all try to do what we can for each other.
So you're going to see a lot of different things. Once I get things under control here with work, Merle's starting up to do some more of the news stuff. Obviously in the summertime, The Homestead Inn is pretty active. We do a lot of. I do the Red Ranger meat birds, chickens, back to eating garden. A lot of stuff. So yeah, we
Yeah,
had to
Prim
do
Farm.
that.
I think.
We had to give a lot of food away too this year because we were just so far, so much.
Yeah, we. Tommy Willis. Gosh, it's been a long time, buddy. I'm gonna have to. I hear a ground hum. Really? I don't hear it, but I don't doubt it's in there.
It could be the lights.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Just Tommy, turn everything to the right, and it'll be fine.
I seen all the new trick for that, Merle, is they have little they're magnets that you can wrap on your lights and your electronic wires, and it's supposed to pull the interference out.
Yeah, I've actually got it's hooked up to my amateur radio right now, but a conditioner. Believe it or not, it actually conditions the electricity as it comes in, and they do help. They really do, especially when you're really getting picky.
I looked over Tommy and my mixer board. The volume was cranked right up, so that probably didn't help. So I reached over and turned it down a little bit. I haven't been in this. I haven't been in the studio for probably 2 months, so who knows? Everything can be all flipped around. Pumpkins. That's what I didn't get last year. We got some squash that were pretty decent size, but pumpkins. I know Hunter would love to grow a gigantic pumpkin.
You know, we didn't even plant any pumpkins last year. I think we will this time around. I don't know, the big viney stuff we didn't do a lot of because we've kind of run out of space. We put all those. It's a nice sized garden, but once we got the raised beds in there, you kind of lose a little bit of space, but you make up for it, or at least I thought we did, in the quality of the fruit or the
the plants.
It's just the plants did better. I thought I was happy with it. Yeah, but boy, was it a lot of work the first time around.
Guys, don't forget, hit that thumbs up. It helps us out, and it does help you guys out because it shares the live stream, so people get to see you also. So the more that we spread it around, the better off it is. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Tommy, is everything good at Walls? Do they talk? I know they're not supposed to talk about politics, but have they talked any at all about Brexit or anything like that? Have you heard anything? Get a chance, throw that back at me.
Yeah, it blew my mind too that the midterm elections is always a month over. Hey, Elf Lord, great to see you.
Good to see you.
A month already has gone through, and you have South Carolina, and you have all these people now that are going back and finding that something was tampered with. It just blows my mind that they still, after all these years of elections, they can't figure out how to get it right.
Well, I think that's because a lot of them don't want to get it right.
And I think so too.
Walls is off the internet. Well, I'll have to sort that out, I guess. That's a shocker.
Perma Farm, it takes 15 weeks to finish the Red Rangers, and we do free range. So they have we have actually two 2-acre sections, and the garden and the chicken yard is in one of them. And so they have a fenced-in area to free range. It took them about 15 weeks, and they came in anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5 pounds. So, and they were delicious. Actually, tomorrow it's supposed to be 30 degrees. I'm going to fire up the grill, and we're going to have some good old-fashioned barbecued chicken. Hey, 39 Camper, great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Elf Lord, you could do wonders with that eagle back there, I bet. Yeah, I bet you're thinking about how you could make a picture out of that. That does look pretty neat. I was impressed with that myself.
Yeah, I had to find something different behind us. Being ex-military, that's always been a part of me, is patriotism. Even though the way our country is right now, you wouldn't think that there is patriots out there, but there's a lot of us that are still here that are true to what we stand for. So,
Well, I tell you, places I go on the internet, that's about all I see is patriots. So I'm happy with what I see too, for the most part. If you don't go to places, it's kind of like if you don't go to places where you're going to meet people you don't like, you just don't go there.
I don't get to go there because I'm always working.
Well, you guys will get caught up here one of these days.
Yeah, sooner or later. Yeah,
it's not.
It's actually been a pretty good couple months, so actually.
You're buying gold with that extra money, I guess.
Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elf, there's a lot of snow around here. It's kind of funny because on my one screen that's crystal clear, but on this other monitor, that picture behind us, it seems kind of fuzzy. That's coming off of you. That's being broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah, I've actually got three monitors, and I don't think either one of them. There's no two of them that are just alike. So
I got 3 monitors too, and they're all different.
there is a little program that you can get, and I forget what it is right now. Tommy may know what it is, but you can actually fix them so they're all the color is right in, or maybe not right, but you can fix them so the colors are the same in all of your monitors. It does help a little bit.
Yeah, permafarm, I'm Army too. So, right back at you.
Well, I know it's been before Trump came in. You guys who were ex-military you were of a big concern to certain people in the government because you knew too much.
I think it's still that way.
And well, I don't know. I think it's a lot better. I really think that Trump is very much for the veterans. And
he's for them, but you got to remember too that there's still people that are of the elite, the far, that are still pulling strings, and them are the ones that you have to really be cautious with.
Yeah, we'll get those people out of there, but the problem is we're just not going to get them out all at once. I mean,
it's going to
they're so ingrained.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The last president that we had put so many people in there that were not people that had our best results in mind, believe me.
Best interest in mind.
Yeah.
That's
for
the reason
sure.
why too is we just do what we can, try to help out what we can, and do the best that we're able to do. Just I was hoping I'm looking forward to my end of the year here. I got 2 weeks off, and it's going to be the time when I can just sit back and get some stuff going in the smokehouse, make some brats, make some summer sausage, do some of that stuff.
Merle, I answered your tag questions in a video I'm uploading now. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Dave, I can't hardly wait to see that one.
Elf says that.
Why do I feel like you're going to dump it right back in my lap somehow.
Raphael says World War II was the heel in the earth. And Elf says he hasn't seen the sun in 4 days to an invasion in fog. So depressing.
Yeah.
Usually the sun shines here every day. I'll tell you what, it's been a snowy, cold, gloomy. Today was the first day that I seen the sun in a long time.
We have had sun the last couple of days, but it's been off and on. Tommy says, think about this. Trump is the only non-politician in D.C. All the other Republicans and Democrats are the same, and they don't want to lose their empires. And I don't disagree with that at all, Tommy. Not a bit.
Not a bit.
And that's why they all want to get rid of Trump. He's the only people that he's got on his side, truly, are real patriots, I think.
Raphael says, by the way, in a PL guy. Elf says, I've been getting tagged a lot. I don't know if I've been getting tagged because I haven't been on much. I see the posts come across on my email and on my phone, but I'm at work. I caught Merle's last one. I was on break for 15 minutes.
Which one was that?
I think the last one that you did, and I seen the one that was the one with the flag, and that was your live stream.
Yeah, you commented on that, and I started to say, because I knew you were on break when you did it. I started to say, thanks a lot, now get back to work.
Yeah. Oh, that's the funny thing is 15 minutes for a break is ridiculous, but and the guy that I'm working with right now, he will hit over figure this out, Merle, 800 hours of overtime in 1 year.
Oh, man.
I've only been in that department for 3 months, and I'm at over 160 hours of overtime.
That would make a pretty good paycheck. Perth Observer, welcome. And I got to check, make sure that I've got you too. 2-seaters. No, I answered them as honestly as I could. Okay, all right. Well, I hope you did.
Yeah, I was floored when he came. He said that he will hit over 800 hours. That's what happens when you work every Saturday.
That's a lot of money. It really is. We are nothing more than pawns in the game of life. Looks good. I like that. Well, you got a new subscriber. And I tickled the bell, too. And welcome to our little chat room.
Chat room.
Yeah, the more you work, the more the government takes from you. That's why I quit. No more working for me.
Well, if you see what they take now, you'd be just shocked.
Blazing saddles.
I already paid in $9,000 to the government this year already. I got a month to go.
And that is absolutely sickening.
It is. Absolutely.
Well, I don't ask them for anything, and I don't want to give them anything, so I think we're even.
So what's your thoughts now with Walker, that they got Walker out of there and the new guy coming in there, the teacher, Governor of Wisconsin?
Yeah, I'm hearing some bad things about that deal there.
Yeah.
He's definitely not a Second Amendment person either, from what I hear.
No, he's a. That's one of the first things on his criteria is he didn't want to have concealed carry and all that other stuff. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Alf,
Yeah,
I
and
feel the same way.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody was saying that he was going to try to get him to bring some assault ban laws and all kinds of stuff up. So I wish you luck with that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a totally different game. That's for sure.
Well, it's kind of surprising. Uh, I'm in Indiana, and where Indiana is situated, we are much farther east than you are. So you would think the farther east you go, or the closer you get to the to one of the oceans, anyway, there would be more lefties and more people wanting to take your guns. I tell you, I think Indiana has some of the best gun laws for gun people that there is around. No kidding. We got concealed carry, and uh, the way it is around here, so at least so far, you keep your nose clean and you can pretty
Hey,
much be treated decent. Hi, Walter.
hey, Walter. Great to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for joining Merle's 500 sub appreciation night.
Yeah, we're thanking everyone that has subbed and just tickled pink. Truth is, I don't pay a lot of attention really to those numbers. I don't, honestly. They're just numbers to me. And
But the thing of it is when we started this adventure of live streaming, the very first time that I met Merle, he was at 96.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
And I mean, that's how this has been growing steadily, and just it's been a great adventure for both of us. A good friend. I got a friendship out of the deal, and he's a good man, and
Yeah,
it's been a great time. Of course, I was
yeah,
gonna
and
bring
we,
that up.
yeah. Well, let's see. That was about 6 months ago, I think, or
Yep,
maybe seven now. I don't know.
that was when I was in YouTube jail for 3 months.
That's right. You, YouTube jail. Tommy says you can't look at it by region, Merle. There are plenty of people in California that are for the Second Amendment. You're true. That's exactly right. You are right. I guess what I should have said and what I really meant was, if you think about the Wild West, you would think that those states would have the best gun laws for gun people, but it's not that way, really. In some cases it is, but not always.
Yeah, 39 camper. I think Trump is doing a fine job too. The job market seems to be, from my understanding, is there's more jobs out there than they have people, and unemployment is down, and they can't. It's for me being a machinist, I can pretty much pick up and go wherever I want to and pick up a good job. So I think absolutely, it's it's been it's been going in the right direction. It just got he has so many hurdles, and I shouldn't say even hurdles, so many mountains to go through and go over, because every time he does something good, they put four other things in front of him to slow him down. And of course, the lefts and the liberals and all this other stuff that are stopping him, and every day you hear that it's either impeachment or this and that. It's just crazy what they drag him through the mud, and whoever's with him. Just who's that commander they just ran through the dirt? Yeah, he's been on the news now. Flynn.
General Flynn.
General Flynn.
Yeah.
He gets to spend. He was in 5 years. He did overseas. 32 years in the service. In politics, his whole life. He pretty much lost his house, lost everything, to pay for the lawyers' fees for what all that stuff was about. And it just that part there is sickening. that they can run your name through the dirt and just make you pretty much garbage. And there's not the media is terrible. Everyone has a different story. There's so many deceitful and lying people out there right now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I'm not at all sorry to say that I am a Trump supporter. I'll stand behind him all the way. He's done things that needed to be done, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Walter, they actually had to sell his house to pay for lawyer fees, and he actually had to make a plea so that they would stop because they're going after his family, his everything. I just couldn't believe it, how dirty that is.
Yeah. There are some rumors going around that Mueller and Trump are playing a little game, that Mueller's really a white hat, but I'll be really surprised if it actually turns out to be that way. I don't think, I just can't see it.
Yeah, Prith, you're absolutely right. It's divided. There's no unity. You know, if everybody would just get together and come on common ground and have an agreement, but you're absolutely right. All they do is argue and they divide each other.
Well, yeah, that's what it's all about. They want us divided, and they'll do everything that they can to make it that way. And as far as I can tell, the end result, what they're actually looking for, is a one-world government, and that's what it's all about. And whatever it takes to get them there, they will do.
Control.
Yeah, it's all about money and power. And if you really, really dig deep, you'll find out that the big bankers are the ones that are
pulling the strings,
actually making everything move.
It was funny, about a month ago, I called up Merle and I found out what bank, where it got its name from. It's actually from the river. And it was really cool. They always say, watch where the money flow is, water flow too, you know, so they get their names from weird places.
Community equals common unity. That makes sense.
Yeah, 39, I wouldn't even want to think about that.
Yeah. Well, she was not supposed to lose, I can tell you that. They don't know what to do. The deep state is so messed up. They really don't know what to do. And
they already had
it's,
they had everything set up for her already, that she was going to win. They had her speech prepared. They had everything. They stuck everything that they had into that, and they lost.
What it's coming down to right now is really like a game of chess. It's just the deep state makes a move and Trump makes a move. I hate to see, though, that he's had a falling out with General Kelly. I don't, if what I read is true, they're not even speaking to one another right now. And I always thought Kelly was one of the good guys, but sometimes if you're too much alike, and they very well could be, that can cause a problem.
Yeah, Raphael, if you line them up together and put them down, there's actually a map out there that shows the 12 areas that they pretty much split the United States into 12 different groups. And if you watch the number 12, 12 is signified, I don't remember what it signifies, but it signifies something. And yeah, the maps will overlap with each other and you'll see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Perth Observer, you are exactly right. Just take a look at what's going on in France right now.
Mm-hmm.
That could easily be us. Because when Obama first started his thing, he talked about having a tax like they instituted over in France. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the tax that they put on gasoline was like $3 a gallon over there, and those people just went nuts. And I can't blame them. I watched some of that live this morning, and I guess by the time I got to it, it was fairly straightened out. But they had 89,000 cops. So they were looking for problems.
Hey,
What I what
Merle,
I enjoyed, just real quickly, what I really liked though was the fact that the police, the EMTs, and other people took off their hats to honor those yellow jackets too. So that was good. I thought.
39th Campers got a question in there. I have not seen anything about that. Maybe you have. It says, what do you guys think about the people burning down Paris in France?
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
With all the work I've been going on, I haven't been able to see much of the news besides the 5 or 15 minutes on my drive into work. So
I don't blame those people at all. This guy who's in charge over there now decided to institute a carbon tax just exactly like Obama was talking about. And it came down to about $3 a gallon. And those people just weren't going to put up with it. So, and as I understand it, they were just kind of barely getting by as it stood.
that's kind of funny. Now I was starting because I think at break the other day there was a headline on Fox News that the French president went AWOL. They can't find him.
Well, yeah, I don't blame him either because those people aren't happy with him at all. And I told the wife, I said, this could end up being one of those deals where they just go in and grab him and take him out and throw a rope over up in a tree. So I don't know. And I agree, Walter. It needed to be done. It sure did. And watch some of these other European countries. They are dividing very much right now. Some of them want to get away from that European community.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I'm happy to see that that's happening.
So what's your deal, or what has anybody heard about the caravan? I haven't heard much about that anymore. Is that pretty much come to a halt, or are they still over there?
Well, I think they've just taken it out of the headlines, to be honest. Those people over there are causing havoc in Tijuana. I know that. And they would like for them to leave. There have been a lot of them that actually asked for a ride home. So I think somewhere in the neighborhood of about a third to a half of them actually turned around and went home. So otherwise, they're sitting there, and they will, as their number comes up, they will apply for asylum or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it ever since for a while now. So
Well, I think what happened was they found out that Justin and Big Precious were coming down that way, and they straightened up.
caravan moving the masses, force mix.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what that one world order is all about, right there. They don't want any borders. They want us all to just get all mixed up. Nobody gets a chance to remember what Grandpa and Grandma did back in the old days. And
this is the more and more that we get as I get older here. That show, The Matrix, it just keeps popping back in my head on different things. It's either the blue pill or the red pill.
Yeah, I took the red pill.
They want us all to be just quiet little worker ants.
Yeah, 39. What they did was, or best I can tell, is they put the women and the kids up front and then pushed them to try to get across the border. What kind of guys do that kind of stuff, But it sure makes for good headlines, good pictures in the lefties' newspapers.
Same thing when they used tear gas over there to stop the rioters from throwing rocks and stuff. They didn't mention that the guys are getting cracked in the head and having to have stitches and blood running down their face and everything else. They didn't show that part of it, but they managed to get good shots of them blasting tear gas over there.
Yeah, they did. And if you look, you got to look at those pictures real good too, because several of them, they would show women and children and maybe a gas grenade, but they don't show the whole thing.
Right.
They just show it the way they want it, the way they want you to see it. And it's
You'd be surprised what you can do with computers and imaging, and you can do a lot of things differently. Just like a perfect example is me and Merle in two different states sitting in the same studio together.
Yeah, and you better behave too.
Wrong
Oh,
way.
wait a minute, you're over here.
So, I mean, there's so many things that you can do nowadays with computers to make it look like something worse than it really is.
For me, all of my grandparents was great peeps, and I loved them. And knowledge, what
Knowledge
it's
that
not
they gave me.
your writing, it's me. I got to make that a little bigger so I can see it better.
Yeah,
think
absolutely there, Raphael. I learned a lot from my grandparents and this channel with the wild edibles and stuff like that. That was all passed down from older people. It's not some of the stuff I learned out of books, but a lot of it has been passed down. My gardening skills, everything. So it's nice when we can actually spend some time with our elders and learn from them, because they do have a lot. It'd be nice if they all wrote books and left us this informational book, but guaranteed a lot of us probably wouldn't even read it. And it's much more fulfilling
Yeah,
to spend time.
these old people, I tell you what, they know a lot. They really do. I'm old now, but when I was younger, I actually enjoyed being with the older people and listening to their stories and
Yep.
just trying to get into their head and get everything that they knew.
Me too.
I don't think the young people for the most part don't really do that much anymore. I don't think. Let's see. Yesterday, my wife was 75. In May, we'll be married 51 years. And buddy, I'll tell you what, guys, the time just flies. We're here but a microsecond, I think.
I got to run to the facilities here, Merle, so you are going to be taking over.
Oh my gosh, look at me.
Wow, you look good in there.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sitting up here on my throne. Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming in. We sure do enjoy having the crew that we've had in here, that's for sure. And it's kind of funny, wife and I were out cutting wood this afternoon, and when I got back into the truck, I saw that Mark had called twice. And I'm still breathing hard from trying to get everything loaded up and all that. So I went ahead and called him. He says, I said, "What's up?" He says, "Well, I just wondered if you want to do a live show tonight." So that was kind of like the last thing on my list for right at the moment. I said, "Well, let me pull myself together here, and we'll figure out a good time." Youper Digger, hey,
Hey,
welcome.
buddy, how's it going? There we go. Now I'm back. Good to see you, Youper. That's a thing that I wanted to talk about too, guys, is Youper Digger and 39 Camper. When I used to be a bushcraft channel, when I very, very first started YouTube, subscribe to my channel. And I think Youper Digger and Hattie Camper were the first two that actually subscribed to me. when I was nobody. I still am nobody, but
Well, that's good. It's nice to have people that sticks with you.
yep.
It's kind of like two seaters. We started out just about the same time, so we've got a lot in common. I think, a matter of fact, I think we started out at least in the same month, and we've stuck together. I do miss that old boy down in, gosh, I can't think of his channel name right now. He was in southern Mississippi, I think. Country something or another.
Country living.
No. But boy, I hated he had to go to work, and the job he took was an over-the-road truck driving job. So he just, he's away from his family, and he had a really, really nice homestead that he was taking care of, and I don't know what happened there. You kind of wonder sometimes where everybody goes. And
Well, you see 39 Camper and you see Youper Digger, and I remember when I started my YouTube channel, I was using this camera here, and this is a Bosch and Howell, their Rogue night vision camera. This is what I was using back then, and to where we are now, it just kind of brings back memories. That's why I got my camera up there on the computer, my old one, just to remind me of where I started. It's always nice to have that trinket.
It doesn't look like all that bad a camera, really. Walter says, "Yeah, I know who you mean. Did some live stuff from his truck and then disappeared." Yeah, I'm not sure it's the same guy. This guy did a lot of stuff with his kids and doggone it, country something. Maybe I'll think of it here in a minute. But when you get used to watching some of these guys and these families and what have you, and then all of a sudden they go away, you kind of wonder what happened to them.
Yep.
Lord only knows, and usually he won't tell.
Well, it's just like everything else too. Is a lot of people, we remember the old things and we move on and we do different things, and there's a few of us though that appreciate the very first ones that came a part of our channel. So remember all the old YouTubers. Yep. And Perf, you said it right. Life changes. This, a lot of people, this is just a secondary thing, and they have full-time life, full-time job, and that comes first. That pays the bills.
Yeah, no kidding. It's wife and I, we got the best of both worlds. We got enough to pay the bills. Not much left over. But you know what? It is so much better than having two cars out there with payment books tall enough to clean your windshield with.
Yeah.
And, and all that extra stuff. We've been there and done that, but it just got time for us to want to be free. And as far as I'm concerned, being free of debt is where it's at, for sure. Now, I didn't always say that, but
Debt free is a good thing.
I have certainly paid my share of payments, that's for sure.
All right. Chain things up.
Well, you never know where we're going to be.
Never gonna know. Yeah.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah,
That's a
39.
bright one.
So
I'll
many
have to
people
say that.
stop, but we still talk and stay in touch. My YouTube brother, that is so cool. One of the best things, not only from the homesteading community, but the bushcraft community too, is they were really a strong community that stuck together. With the meeting, I got to meet a few bushcrafters, which was really cool. It was a fun time. A lot of knowledge in some of them meetup groups. I'll tell you that.
What's that guy's name that was on the TV show?
Bear Grylls,
Nope.
the one from Alone.
It was him and another guy. The other guy that was with him was kind of a hippie
Oh yeah,
type guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Les Croft.
He is on YouTube.
Yep.
I can't think of his name, but I always liked him. Those two guys, they did a good show, and apparently he, how do I want to say this? He kind of gave people the impression that he was something in the military that he wasn't,
Oh.
and they fired him. So I really hated to see that happen.
I see the other thing.
But
Bear Grylls is up for the. I don't know if I think if it's in Europe or in British, but he's for some kind of government position. I just saw that.
I know the name, but I don't know the guy. I mean, I couldn't tell you who he is.
Okay, Youper, hurry back. We'll be waiting for you.
Now, I don't want to be sitting here at 6 o'clock in the morning waiting on you either. Yeah, Walter, you know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, that's where he went. He got fired, and I don't think they really had to do that, because he came out and apologized in every possible way that he could. He just.
Oh, look there's another old guy that I haven't seen in a long time. Dylan Woodworks. Great to see you, bud. How's it going, Mikey?
Now, there's a guy right there. When I first saw you were on YouTube with Dylan there.
Yep.
And I thought, hey, I haven't done this YouTube thing. Might as well give it a shot. So I that's actually when I sent you an email or something.
Was that the night that Mike was fighting with the sickle?
No. He was getting ready to go over and work on his dad's house, I think.
That is still one of my favorite stories, because it was actually videotaped on YouTube. Mikey was showing his dad's beer collection cans. He put the box down.
Yeah.
And then he brought the sickle out, and he had that sickle sitting there. And I said, "Hey, maybe you should go put that thing away." And he tripped over that box, and that sickle goes. It's quiet. It's like, whoa. Yeah, you're never gonna live that down, buddy. That was if that could be the funniest home video, man. Well, take care, person. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, come see us out at 4:30 in Australia. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fun, Mike.
Time sure flies.
That was actually. I was nervous for a little bit, but then he got up and said, "What's going on?" And it was just hilarious.
Yeah, I watched some of his YouTube stuff, and he does a lot of woodworking.
Yep, he's got his own mill. So, guys, if you haven't seen Mike's channel, Dylan Woodworks, go check him out. Just got back from Alabama. Good to be home. You still playing with computers, Mikey?
Well, you gotta play with computers, don't you? I mean, doesn't everybody?
Yeah. Well, when I first started, when I was actually when I figured out that my system wasn't able to push what I wanted it to, I was talking with Mike, and we were gonna build one up, and then I got a hold of that CyberPower PC, and there's a he does a lot of stuff with computers. He's a can make them zing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I started out with a, I don't know, what was it, 1998, 1999, somewhere along in there, with a 486. And something happened to it. And when I first got that thing, I was afraid to touch it because I didn't want to screw it up. But within about 6 months, I built my own. So I was hesitant to do anything, and then all of a sudden, why, all you got to do is bolt this stuff together.
Yeah, these new ones are they're all just bolt and go.
There's not a whole lot to it anymore, really. I think most of us old guys just got to the point where you could buy a good used machine for a little or nothing and make it work.
There you go.
Turn the lights on. I can't see. I like that one there. That's probably one of my favorites.
Simple. That's what that is. It's very, very simple. That was that one. And guys,
So
if
you've
anybody,
been playing around?
huh?
No, go ahead.
I said, if any of you guys out there are thinking about, changing up your live streams and doing sets, I am running all of this just with OBS. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it.
I'm using vMix. I started out with they give you 60 days to play with the whole 9 yards. They give you everything, and there's no strings attached. If you get done with your 60 days and you're done, you're done. You just quit. Nobody tries to call you up and talk you into something you don't want.
And I actually had it too, so it does what he's saying. Taught me a lot.
And I started out with a $60 version, which if there's just one guy and you just want to do, like some headline news or what have you, it'll do you a good job too. And it's probably got some of the best chroma key that there is around, as far as I can tell. Although Mark's is looking pretty good today.
That's because of the lights.
But look up vMix if you're interested in doing something like that, and don't be afraid, because they're good people, really good people. They're located in Australia. And the way this company got started was he needed something to live stream his church. And he had the ability in the background to just build it himself. So that's how that got going. It's a good story. But we've enjoyed it. Mark had it for a bit there, and man, we did all kinds of stuff when we both had it going.
Yeah, we did. Well, I am going to be shutting her down right around 6 o'clock because I'm going to go and spend some time with my son, something I haven't been able to do for a while. But I did want to come on here to give you, congratulate you for your accomplishment, because even though you don't think about your numbers, I know how hard it is to hit that 500 mark. It's the first 100 is kind of fun, and then after that it gets kind of where the time go, and some people get there quick, and other people we have to fight tooth and nail to get there. So
yeah, no kidding. Well, I appreciate that, Mark, and it was good to get back on tonight.
Yeah, it does mean a lot, because it has to do with all of you guys out there that come to our channel, watch our videos, watch live streams, and put up with us rambling on for 2 hours. So you guys are all appreciated too, because if it wasn't for you, we would not exist. So big thanks
Yeah,
to you.
exactly. Well, without that chat room right there, be no reason for us to be here. We could talk on the phone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So we appreciate y'all being here for sure. Now, I see a lot of names that are missing that would have been here 2 months ago, though, and I don't know. I think you're just going to have to tell those guys at work that you've got to have enough time to be able to do your live stream. So,
Well, it'll come back. You know, it'll once in a great while. Yeah, you're not gonna hold a whole bunch, but once you get back and get into the regular routine again, hopefully by this summer I'll be back and running. You never know.
yeah,
Money
Yeah.
pays the bills.
we can hope so. Yeah, I know. You're taking all that money and buying gold with it, boy, and burying it in the backyard. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish.
Tell you what, I'll give you a tip. This will be the tip of the day. Take all the extra money you got and pay off everybody you owe. And you'll be a happier guy for it.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till I get the house paid off.
I tell you, that is something that, I mean, that is the best thing that ever happened to us. But there's always that insurance and taxes. You know, it seems, yeah, you can get the big bill to go away, but it's like you never get to own your property. You know,
Right, you
you
gotta
always
pay
got to pay
taxes on
somebody
it.
for something. Yep. But it could be worse, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it goes. It comes and goes. So, but I want to say thanks to everybody for stopping in here. I'm gonna go and get going and playing with Hunter before he has to go to bed. It's been a great time, and I want to thank you guys all for coming back and remembering me. That's always a good thing, remembering Merle. Don't forget, guys, to go check out Merle. He does do some politics and news that are true news,
Oh, yeah.
not fake news.
Yeah, I'll certainly give you at least what I believe to be the real news. And my news is just a little bit different than Locked and Loaded. His is kind of breaking news, and I kind of just look for stuff that I think is different, you know, and sometimes that's a job.
Hey, voice in
A
the
voice
wilderness.
in the wilderness. A whisper in the winds. That's cool. I like that.
Great to hear you, or great to see you too there. I'm just about time to get off. I gotta go and spend some time with my son.
I want to grab, because I don't think I'm subscribed to those folks. Thank you for coming. We are closing shop.
And too,
Maybe
Mrs.
the
D
next
says
time.
when I can't be there, Merle, you're supposed to do your own show.
When Mark can't. You know, I thought about that. I did, and I'm getting a little closer to doing that, actually.
He's got to give him. More people have to give him a shove to do that.
Well, now listen, I did 1, 2, 3. I did 3 or 4 videos this week, so that's pretty good for me. And I think some of them had as many as 10 views. So, hey,
Well, you get a live stream and you get you get people to come there consistently. You'll grow a lot bigger too. So, look at within a
Yeah.
couple weeks that we were doing them steady every week. We had 30 some people in the room. So it'll grow if you do keep them consistent.
I think what we need to do too here, not in the not too distant future, is set up another Zoom and bring in several people and just have a big old party.
There you go.
Some kind of a big old party.
Well,
We'll do
guys,
that
it's been
again.
great. I'm going
Take
to
care.
Boogie. You all take care. God bless, and I will hopefully see you soon. But I am watching and watching your guys' videos. So we'll talk to you guys later. Take care, guys.
And we'll take care. Party.
There you go.
Some kind of a big old party.
Well, guys, it's been great.
Take care.
Boogie, y'all take care. God bless, and I will hopefully see you soon.